Club International, to build my home, school, and community, to serve my nation and God, and to combat all forces which attempt to undermine these institutions.
Just to give you an idea of what we're going to do, first we're going to have our meeting, and then we'll take a small lunch break, snack break, and then we're going to start working with Julie, helping her with some crafts and stuff for the NICU, and then hopefully we are able to tour the NICU itself. It's the newborn intensive care unit, which you'll learn about a little bit more when Julie talks to you.
Thank you.
So that's basically the agenda for today. We'll be done at school. So we're going to do a roll call. For your roll call, give the number of officers, members, Kiwani's advisors, faculty advisors, and division team members, and then also give a short club report, what your past events were and what you're doing. So I am.
Shay, would you mind doing the sign-in first and then I'll take
Oh yeah, they're going around.
Okay, thank you.
So the sign-in sheets are going around, right? Where are the two sheets? There, and where's the other one? In the back? So as soon as you're done with it, if you guys can hand it to the back corner so that Julie can pick it up. There's two more seats over here, and there's one over here, and two over here, if you guys want to sit.
She's gonna be here by us.
It doesn't have an option.
Okay. Wait, we can charge.
So there's two more seats over here, and one more over here.
Yeah.
If you guys are going to stand, you're going to be standing for a good 40 minutes. Just okay. So I am.
IAEA is president with one officer and one faculty advisor. So for the month of February, our past projects have been, we made cards on Valentine's Day to the LAP clubs, and we also made cards for troops that we got mailed away. And then also we had, well, we've been recycling for the past month for PPP, so that's been pretty successful actually. We just washed everything out and high-fived it, and I think we got maybe $100+. So right now, that and we've been putting our Kiwani's car wash money into the PPP fund too, so we're over the small club limit, but then we want to try to get further up to where our club is supposed to. And then, and then, let's see. Oh, another project that we had, we were passing out packets for a great aloha run with our Project Rad, so that was fun. And upcoming projects that we have include more recycling, because it's easy to fundraising project. And then we have a campus beautification coming up this Wednesday. It was moved from Friday because the rain has been horrible. And the Kiwani's car wash this Sunday, so this will be a coffee with Kiwani and our fellow for Harvard community sponsored ski clubs. And at the end of the month, our school is going to have a 50th anniversary fun fair thing. So we're going to probably be running a couple of games or stuff like that. Yeah.
Thank you. Castle?
Okay, council is here with one officer, one member, and one Kiwani's advisor. For past projects, we've had our 4-4 fair where we helped out with admission and just other places that needed help. And we also helped with the Pohainani, which is our local senior center. For future projects, we're doing a sod with NHS, which is weeding the area near our football field and gym. And we have packed family activity night, USS Missouri cleanup, and then newsletter folding with the Kiwanis.
Thank you. Barrington?
Barrington is present with 2 officers. We're still waiting for our one more officer. Hopefully she can make it. We have 2 non-officers. We're present with no faculty member and 1 Kiwanis. We haven't had any past projects, but we're working on A+ student helping with Kapiolani Elementary. And we're going to be allowing Palace to volunteer on April 7th, as well as planning a cooking stream cleanup on April 8th.
Thank you. Yolani?
Kapiolani is present with 1 officer, 1 member, 1 Kiwanis advisor, and 1 faculty advisor. We just got finished with participating with our school space night where we helped out with the smaller kids. The Kiwanis pancake breakfast, a blood drive where we brought foods and other snacks that people could have after they donated blood, and the early school fundraiser. Future events include ice packing and our school's family fair.
Thank you. Isaac?
Kaiser is here with 2 faculty advisors, 1 team member, 2 officer, and 3 members. And the past event we had were mass meet, which was held at the convention weekend, and the paper recycling, and also the Kiwanis pancake breakfast. And the future event we will have is our we will be helping out with Keiki Carnival and paper recycling and the spring festival, which will be held in China.
Thank you. Matthew? No? Okay. Lilith? Randall?
Okay, Marinol is present with 3 officers. Past projects include Arcadia. We did bingo with the helping. And coming up, we have in April we have packet pickups for a race, and then we have the My Fair. And next week we have the New York Carnival, and we're also holding elections this week.
Thank you. Melanie is present with 1 officer and 2 members. Our past projects are we had a meth awareness day at our school with other organizations as well. We also had a read to me at the elementary school where we read to them and play games with them, and we also help them tutor every other week. Some upcoming projects we have is the Kiwanis car wash on Sunday. On Saturday, we're going to help at the Eat the Street in Mililani, and we also have another read to me when we get back to school. Thank you. Girl City. Punahou is present with 2 officers and 1 Kiwanis advisor. And our past projects include the Let's Rock program that our former President Kyler is hosting, and then the Kiwanis Pancake Breakfast, and also the Punahou Carnival, like volunteering. And our upcoming projects include the Spring Fling event at the Discovery Center, and the TED Talks at Punahou. It's TED Youth Club, and we're going to help out like past programs and stuff. Thank you. Roosevelt?
Roosevelt is present with 1 officer, 2 members, 1 faculty, and 1 Kiwanis advisor. Our past projects include Relay for Life, working in our cafeteria, flag officer elections, and pancake breakfast at Mililani Elementary. Our future projects include the UH Relay for Life, AIDS Walk, and the Honolulu 5K.
Thank you. Sacred Hearts. Sacred.
St. Louis is present with 4 members and 2 officers, and 2 officers on the way here. And in the past, St. Louis Key Club did KFD, officer election, our own fundraiser, and Kiwani's Pancake Breakfast fundraiser. And in the future, we are planning to do Relay for Life and Meals on the Wheels.
Thank you. What?
Our club was present with 2 officers. Our past projects were the Croc Center Salvation Army Luncheon, Kohala Marsh Cleanup, and yesterday we had our first annual WAT, which stands for Council Officer Training. And then for upcoming projects, on Friday we have another officer training session, and then Relay for Life, Kiwani's Car Wash on Sunday, installation banquet, and classroom games.
Thank you. And then did everyone sign up on that volunteer sheet? Could you? So make sure you sign up with your name, and then if you're interested in the medical field, just note it on the side what area you would be interested in looking at. Okay. Own business, club membership dues. So congratulations, everyone has paid membership. So everyone is still an official Key Club. The next year's governor-elect, or lieutenant governor-elect, hopes that everyone can get it on time. I think there was 2 or 3 clubs that weren't on time this year. Were there any questions or concerns about club membership? Okay. Division project PTP. So our division project this year is Pediatric Trauma Program, and we're kind of helping with it this year because we're with the NICU. So basically we're raising funds to gain awareness, because a lot of the emergency calls to 911 are for kids for injuries that could have been prevented, like not wearing a seatbelt or falling off a bike and breaking a bone. So that's kind of what we're fundraising for. So far, Baldwin, Hilo, Kinkekalike, Maui, and Waiakea are the only clubs that turned in money for PTP. We really encourage every club in Division 22 to donate some money. I believe it was $125 for small clubs and around $200 for large clubs. So the break between the large and the small are about, if you have 40 members or more, you're considered a large club. So make sure you get that money in. Our goal was to raise $5,000, I believe, for PTP. So far, we raised $3,417.39. So that's a combination of the bake sale from RTC, the penny wars from convention, and then those 5 clubs that turned in their money. So make sure you can get that in, hopefully by the end of this month, because March is the end of the Key Club year and April starts the new one. And PTP was really the project that Keegan really wanted to do and really wanted to raise his $5,000 during his term. So if we could kind of help him out with that, that'd be really great. Where do we send our money? You send your money to Hilo High School, attention to Charlene Masuhara. And they would like this all in one check, not one check for $100 and then like $300 in cash in like various ways. So one check to Region 18, keep a Region 18. When you send your money to them all, that would be really great. Were there any questions, any other questions about PTP? Okay. Club officer elections. How many clubs already voted in their new officers? Yay. So, Marinol, you're doing yours this coming week. And then Barrington, you have to do it by the end of this month, hopefully, because April, like I said, it starts the new Key Club year, but everybody else did their club elections. Yay. Okay, so the new LTG will be sending out a form for you to fill out soon. So it'll ask, I know in past years it asked for the names, phone numbers, grades, and email address. Those are the 4 things they kind of look for. So make sure that the president has it, or past presidents, you might need to forward this to your future presidents, if that makes sense. Are there any questions or comments about that? Well, congratulations to all of you in here that have been elected to officer positions. I know a lot of you have taken that step up and are going to lead your clubs next year. And then the key for March. So Keegan had his 12 keys as part of his platform. So his one for March was to build a legacy for your club. If you went to convention, you'll hear them say that a lot. He really wants you to build a legacy, so he just wanted to make sure that your club election have been done and that you're training your officers before your term ends so that they can learn what you did so that they can keep your club going strong. Are there any questions about the key for March? Okay. New business. So HCon, I know it was last month, but it's under new business. So who went to convention? Yay. Okay. So what did you guys like about convention this year? Must have Nothing specific? Yes.
Everyone was enthusiastic.
Okay.
I love the fact that Hearts and Love actually stood for something.
Anything else? Yeah.
I like the service project.
Okay. What were some areas that need improvement? Nothing at all? You guys just loved convention that much that there was nothing to complain about? Yes.
The amount of time we had to sleep, because by the time I got home, I was dead.
Okay, anything else?
If we could have been provided a clearer map, because I got lost a couple of times despite the fact that I went 2 years ago and it was
Okay, anything else?
If we can get the agenda earlier.
Were there any suggestions for next year's convention? Okay. And then, if you went to convention, you know that for the caucus sessions, we did not have a candidate running for lieutenant governor. Well, if I know the presidents and vice presidents, I believe, received an email from Keegan, there were a few people that showed their interest in becoming LTG after convention. So they approached Keegan and Ms. Masuhara, and so they actually sent out an application because there were a few people. And from those few people, Ms. Masuhara, Keegan, as well as the regent assistants such as Mr. Chang and Mr. Thayer on Maui, reviewed these applications, and they submitted Kelly Soares from Hilo High School to be a suggested LTG for the upcoming year. So with that suggested LTG, it was sent to Erin Wong, who is the district governor, and she approved Kelly Soares to be your LTG for next year. So congratulations to Kelly. She's gonna be contacting you guys soon. I know Keegan's training her now. The training kind of started a little late because they usually start in December or January. So sorry if it's a little slow at the beginning. Keegan's still trying to train her, and then so the first thing she'll probably see from her is the officer information for next year. Was there any questions about the lieutenant governor? Okay. And at convention, you also know that your current lieutenant governor, Keegan Sakai Kawada, was asked the Hawaii clubs for their endorsement because he wants to run for the district secretary. So the district is California, Nevada, Hawaii, so he'd be in charge of like MRFs and stuff like that. And all 18 clubs that attended convention had endorsed him, so we're wishing him luck. In April, he'll be at DCon, where they will vote. And And so we'll find out probably in your May DCM if you need it or not. And then Key Club Hawaii Convention 2013. So date and location. This is part of the discussion because there isn't a set date yet. So what were the pros and cons of having convention a week before President's Day? I know it was different this year because we usually have it on President's Day weekend. So any pros and cons? So you didn't like that it was, you rather, yeah, okay. Anyone else?
Anyone else not like that, or anyone else have another suggestion?
Okay, how many of you would have rather it be on President's Day weekend where you would have Monday off to kind of rest and recuperate and everything? Show of hands. And then the rest of you would have liked it to stay on the weekend before President's Day weekend? Were there any, okay, I know a lot of you voted to have it the week before President's Day weekend, right? So why did you like it before?
Who voted before?
Well, all of the people that raised their hand voted for President's Day weekend, but
Right.
there were only 14
But the people who
votes.
didn't raise their hand could have possibly have not gone to convention, so who actually wanted it to be a
Okay.
week before is still a question, I think.
Who would want convention to be the week before President's Day weekend?
Yeah, so pretty much people who didn't vote.
Food. And Iolani.
Point of information. The reason why you don't want to be on a 3-day weekend is because airfares spike and hotels fill up, and it's really, really hard to get all the rooms you want at the prices you want and the airfare. Hilo did a really good job of hitting airfares that are way lower than posted. And I think even Kaiser did even better than that, that's only because it was not a 3-day weekend. So you guys may not know that because you don't travel all the time, but having done this for 30 years, that was cheap. Okay? So, you know, money's hard to come by. And yes, I love that extra day to like she said, sleep because I was tired. But I did go to school and I did my job, but it was hard. I understand that, but I like not paying as much money as I had paid in the past. So, and it's only gonna get worse. So, that's the history.
Okay, and then, so 2013 HCon does not have a date yet, nor does it have a place. The potential location for next year is the Ala Moana Hotel here on Oahu, but that is not set in stone yet. No contracts have been signed, so that will probably come up with your next div team when they discuss it. But we also have to talk about the 2013 CNH District Convention. Usually convention held in California is in April, but next year it will be March 22nd to March 24th, which is way earlier. So this means that recognition deadlines will be earlier, so all of the contest applications. And you will also need to know if you're going to DCon before you go to HCon. Because I know that this year there was some people that signed up to go after HCon happened. So just keep that in mind that you'll need to know before February at the latest. And then, so for the DCon this year, we have 4 clubs going from our division. We have Hilo, who is taking 5 members and 1 faculty advisor. Iolani with 1 member. Hawaii with 1 member, and Waiakea with 2 members. You have 2? Okay. Did anybody else sign up to go, but it's not on my list? Okay. Keegan wanted to say good luck to all of the clubs that entered in the contest and awards. He will be creating a report on the recognition awards that Division 22 earns at DCON, so as soon as he comes back, he can email it out to you guys. 2012-2013 division team. So if you don't know what the division team is, you have your lieutenant governor who is the head, and then you have the team members such as like myself, you have the island coordinators, and this year we also have an assistant and a service project coordinator, which is Colin. So if you're interested in serving on the division team next year, please contact your LTD-elect Kelly Soares for more information. She'll be sending out information about the div team shortly. So Kelly will be your main contact. If you need her email after, come see me, and I can give that to you, because I'll probably have to call her up for that. Any questions about div team? We're not sure which position she's gonna have. Every LTG picks which positions they have. Some years they don't have assistants, some years they do, some years they don't have project coordinators. So if you're interested in being on the div team or knowing which position she might be having, you might want to contact her about that. So any questions? Okay. Reflection for the 2011-2012 Key Club year. So what were your main highlights or events and issues for the Key Club year? There should be at least something, because you all stayed in Key Club. Anyone? What was the highlight, favorite memory of Key Club the past year?
Which one was my highlight?
What was it your highlight?
Because it was something new to me and it was lots of fun.
Anyone else want to share something about the Key Club year?
Just going to the different DCMs because it really showed me how many people it takes to really bring everybody together and like the organization it takes, and it seems that this year it was done very well. Thanks.
I second that shit. You did a really, really good job this year. You should get that.
Anything else from the other clubs? Farrington, I know you guys are like a reborn club. Any struggles you found, or?
Getting new members was really hard, but having to have people join up was actually pretty good. And when we started telling people about it, they actually wanted to join.
That's good. Anything from like first time Key Clubbers, first year Key Clubbers? Anything you learned in your first year? Okay.
On the whole recognition thing, though, you did a good job too. But also the Kiwanis group this year, I think, did a lot for us, especially on Oahu. So if we can just make mention of the number of service projects that we actually get from our Kiwanis group, it's really nice to have that many, as well as to have the support. At the DCMs, it's actually a challenge to find adults to come to the DCMs, and so I know the Kiwanis do a really good job at filling in on making sure we have that ratio covered, so we can just kind of take note of our Kiwanis group. That kind of helps us out a lot.
Okay. How did you think your clubs did for the year, like overall? Do you think you did good, things you need to improve?
I think in general, Castle did well, although we did have a really bumpy start with our membership down to 5 people, which was only our officers at the beginning of the year. But seeing that we actually made enough members on time, I think that was a good thing for our club. It was a challenge, but it was a good experience.
Yeah, and I applaud you. I applaud all the clubs. I know it's really hard to get members out in the beginning. It's always that hard struggle, but then once they're in, they end up loving it. But I really congratulate you. I know that was really hard for you to get all of those members out. Anyone else want to share anything? Kaiser.
Kaiser had a really good year. Our exec board was really strong. We had a good president. So
Yeah, I think that coming from a VP standpoint, I think that we had a strong, like our officers, our distribution of work among the officers was really well organized. That's what I think.
Anyone else? Okay. Does anyone want to say one thing that they learned about Key Club this year? It could be anything you learned about Key Club.
It's fun.
Anything else? Okay, so for your next DCM, I haven't planned it entirely because I had a question for you guys. Are any clubs other than Farrington, because I talked to you guys already, helping with the AIDS walk? No? Only Farrington? Oh, sorry, not Farrington, Roosevelt. Okay, because for the next DCM, I wanted us to form a team and walk in the AIDS walk as like the key clubs, and we'll just start a team and then we'll all walk together. So, Roosevelt, what times are you working from for your?
Not sure yet.
Okay. Let me know when you find out. We'll try to do the walk and then maybe I'll figure out a time to put the DCM either before or after the walk. That can kind of work out for you guys. So for the rest of you, let's plan on doing the AIDS walk on April 15th, 2012. I'll still need to figure out the time that we'll be doing it. It's a Sunday, so April 15th. It's gonna be we're gonna meet at KCC like we did for the Ukulele Festival. We'll meet in that courtyard area because you can park at KCC for free, and then there is a trolley that will take us down to Kapiolani Park. This will be a 3-mile walk. We are walking, we are not running. For all of you people that do not want to run 3 miles. So we'll do that. And then registration is free, but they're hoping for donations. So if like people from your club, like everyone that's participating, if everyone could like donate like $3 to $5, like either from your own pocket or asking 3 friends for $1 or something, that would be really good so that we can contribute some money to their cause. And I'll be sending out more information to you about that. Any questions? Okay. Monthly report forms. This is very important. How many secretaries do I have in here? Okay. So your March MRF is going to be due Sunday, April 1st. The 2nd or the 3rd, the 1st. Or prior to that. Because they really need this for convention and figuring out your AAR score so that they can figure out Diamond Distinguished clubs. So it's very important that you get it into Keegan by the latest the 1st. And Keegan said, no, this is not an April Fool's joke. It has to be in by the 1st. Division newsletter submissions. The submissions for the March-April newsletter has to be in by Friday, March 16th. And you have to send that in to Keegan, Jamie, and Miss Masutara. And the CNH district newsletter has to be in that same day, March 16th, to the same 3 people. So hopefully you guys can get in submissions, maybe like a short wrap-up of the Key Club year and stuff like that. And if you noticed in my announcements, I do not say that you have to turn in a monthly report form for the DCM. Keegan, I believe, is not going to be doing that anymore. The president should have gotten an email about that last year. So don't worry about that. I got all of your comments and stuff over here. If you have any questions or concerns, there's usually that box on that paper. Questions or concerns to them, let me know. I can write it on the side. I'll send it to Keegan and I'll get you an answer. Okay. I adjourn this meeting at 11:38.